Hello everyone, Johnny Mine here. Today we'll continue to study katakana and the basics of Japanese while playing Super Mario Bros. 2, that is, the Lost Levels. Last time we have seen some special katakana combinations. Sagyo, Tagyo, Nagyo, and so we continue with Hagyo and so on. Let's start Super Mario Bros. 2. Okay. Let's load our save file. Let's see. Okay. World 6-1. Starts with some enemies between those blocks. Maybe just like in 1-1 there was also a mushroom, but I'm not risking it. Speaking of risking it, let's avoid. Oops. Not into the pit, please. Okay. Everything's. Oh boy. The plant hammer bros combination is not the best. Okay. Let's see if... okay, there's a mushroom there. Nice. Got it. Oh boy, the wind. Not bad. Oops. Of course, as soon as I say it, then the wind gets me in combination with this moving platform. Oh boy. Let's go back here. Try to wait a little so that we don't lose the mushroom. We might need it later. Most certainly we'll need it later. Okay. And there's the flagpole. Actually, no pits. And so World 6-1 is done. Okay. And let's start our katakana with Ha, Hagyo, and so Ha. Quite easy. Top to bottom slanted, top to bottom slanted, top to bottom slanted, top to bottom slanted. As you can see also here with the arrows. Of course, we can combine it with Dakuten to have Ba. Okay. As usual, first we write Ha and then our katakana, and then add the Dakuten. So top to bottom slanted, top to bottom slanted. The two commas, that is Dakuten. As you can see also here with the arrows. But being the Hagyo, we can also combine it with Handakuten to have the syllable Pa. We can, as usual, we write first and foremost Ha, top to bottom slanted, and then the Handakuten, the circle, in the top right. As you can see, never mind these. As you can see also here with the arrows. For the Handakuten we start at the bottom and then draw the circle the handakuten. Okay. We can now see some words. For example, hato, English heart. Let's make it bigger so we can also see hato, actually unaccented. And yes, it means it's English heart, also as in hearts the suit. Let's see. Funny enough, considering the word we have just seen, by adding the dakten to both the ha and the to, we get pado, accented in this case on the first. And yes, it's English bird. Of course, Japanese doesn't have the sound and so it becomes a along a, as we can see, because there's also the long vowel mark as usual. So we have seen also in hato, bado. Of course, it can also be the same word in Japanese, can also be from bard, as in especially as a character class in role-playing games, bard in general. Of course, that's more common than other uses in Japanese. Same accent on the first. In this case, we have a also in English, and then the long vowel, because they don't have the R sounds. So they use the long vowel seen in received pronunciation in British English instead. Bad. And so in Japanese, bado. And then, to continue with the similar words, we can see pato, accented again on the first one, from English part, and also as an abbreviation of part-timer or part-time work, pato. Even though, as we see, there's a different word more common for part-time work in Japanese. Pato. Okay. We can go back to Super Mario Bros. 2. World 6-2. We're going underground. Actually, underwater. Nice. Okay, now we have to go under. Okay. Okay, let's try to avoid everything to keep our mushroom. Yeah, no. There. Let's see, by letting this pass, then we can go. Okay. Oops. This wasn't my best idea, simply. Oh boy. Careful, careful when... maybe, yes, by going on top instead. Oops. Not pressing enough. Okay. Let's stick to the bottom here. Now on top. Okay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, funny to see these enemies underwater, and of course we can't actually jump on them, as we've seen. But that was luckily the end of World 6-2. Okay. Let's go back to our katakana with he. As a reminder, in this case, as usual, the consonants before e become palatalized, and so in the case of the hagyo, h becomes he, as in German ich, he. Actually quite easy to write, top to bottom slanted, and then the curve. Top to bottom slanted, top to bottom with the curve. As you can see also here and with the arrows. Wonder what the other... Huh. I see. But it doesn't matter for us. Okay. As usual, we can add the duck 10 to have the sound B. Also in this case actually palatalized. But the basic sound is still B, just with the palatalization. As usual, we first write our katakana, he in this case, and then add the duck 10, the 2 commas. As you can see also here, we can also add hand duck 10 to have the syllable P. As you can see here, as usual, first the katakana, he, top to bottom slant, top to bottom with the curve, and then the hand duck 10, the circle. As you can also see here with the arrows. Okay. Let's see some words. For example, we can see hito, accented on the first one, and it means English hit in various meanings. Of course, on the top it says the one hit as in baseball, because if you don't know, baseball is quite followed in Japan. But also other meanings of the word hit, as in success, a blow in boxing, for example, or a hit in computing, as you can see here. Let's see also. And as a reminder, the small tsu doubles the following consonant pronounced, and so for those who speak languages like English that don't have double consonants, you start pronouncing the consonant, stop, keep it, and then release it. So, hitto, hitto. And yes, the small tsu indicates that. Let's see also bito, as in beat, but more often than not, beat written B-E-A-T, as in music beat. or also apparently a kick in swimming. But yes, more often than not, you'd simply see it as in a music beat. Let's see. This should work. Our friend from Super Mario Bros. 1 and especially 2, Pitto, from English Pit, accented on the first one. And yes, pit as in a hole or sunken area, and also other meanings of the word pit in English. Pitto. Okay, with that we can go back to Super Mario Bros. 2. Word 6-3. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, no, please. Immediately getting hit by that chip is not the best. Oh boy. Let's do that jump. So it's a bridge stage. Should have guessed it. Seeing the flying slash jumping chips. Yeah, no, not getting that, of course. That's more for if you don't have a super mushroom. Huh. And then they give you a fire flower there. Nice. Oh boy. Yeah. Let's take our time. Okay. To do these jumps properly. Okay. Oh boy, we need to jump on the Paratupa here with a better running start, maybe. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, but I need to keep on going. Okay, now it worked. Huh. Wonder if I can grab the flagpole regardless, but let's try. Yes, nice. And so also word 6-3 is done. Let's go back to our katakana. With fu. As a reminder, in this case, we have instead of the sound H, English H, H, we have F, actually pronounced as a bilabial, so with both lips instead of the bottom lip and teeth, and upper teeth. So fu. But you can pronounce it as our usual F, and it's fine as a start. But you notice that it's slightly different when Japanese pronounce it. So yes, fu, quite easy. We start here, left to right, top to bottom slanted as a single stroke, left to right, top to bottom slanted. As shown also here with the arrows. Of course, we can, as usual, add handaku 10 to have bu. As usual, we write hu first, left to right, top to bottom slanted, and add the dak 10, the 2 commas. As you can see also here. Then we have also the combination with the handak 10, pu. First we write a hu, left to right, top to bottom slanted, and then the handak 10, the circle. As you can see also here with the arrows. Okay, let's see some words with for example, yeah, it can work, but usually here doesn't show it as a word on its own. Hood, as from English hood, of course, since they don't have the combination HU, they pronounce it with hu, which is the closest, and also as is part of the hagyo, as we've seen. But for example, a better example could be hutto, accented on the first one, of course, from English foot. Let's see, with bu. Yeah, with bu, for example, we have as an instead of an English word this time, we have bu and as an onomatopoeia, which is a beep, honk as in a carnal horn, a buzz as in a buzzer, and boo as in a wrong answer, like the buzzer on quiz shows. You can hear it also doubled, boo boo. Okay. Let's see what we can find with poo. Well, for example, we can find another onomatopoeia, as in a toot of a trumpet, a honk again, a beep. Of course, also a similar sound of that kind, and a puff also, poof. Yeah, there are other examples, of course. An obvious example would be puru, but we don't have the katakana ru for now, puru, as in swimming pool, but also pool, the cue sport, and so on. Okay. We can go back to Super Mario Bros. Word 6-4. Of course, our first castle for today. Quite a long 5-bar there. Oh boy. Good thing we have fire flower. This seems like... surprised I avoided that, but yes, of course, this is our usual maze. And of course, they add the Hammer Bros response. Yeah. I wonder if also this first part matters. Let's try top. Let's try all the combinations as usual. So yeah, most likely it matters. So let's try them all in order. Yeah, not this one. don't think it was also top. All the top ones seem to be wrong, but wanted to be sure trying them in order. Okay, bottom. Yeah, of course, so it's more difficult to avoid the fire bar. Top. Okay, seems like it worked. Let's see if there's more maze or we're done with that part. Oh boy. Yeah, no, let's go back here. Take our time. As soon as I say it, F2 do so. Okay, let's wait that the firebar goes around, but I have to jump actually. Okay. Being big doesn't help in this case, but... Okay. We did it. Oh boy. Like this, nope. Okay, let's try. Okay, this way. Oh boy, this isn't promising. Yeah. Let's go back here. Here. Let's see if it's just this one that matters, or we have to... Yeah, I have the suspicion that we have to get on the top one, but it's easier said than done. Okay. Nope. Okay, like this. Nope. Fortunately, funny enough, I think I'd rather take the hit here so that it's easier to enter. Okay. Nope. You have to take maybe top, because of course that would be the case. So let's go back and keep our 5 flower for now, since we definitely need it. Please avoid making the same mistake twice. Okay. Okay, let's try top. Okay. Well, in this case, we definitely have to go on top, but we need a better running start. Okay. This worked, but then we have to jump here. Let's see. Yeah, no. I'm definitely taking the hit. Okay. Nope. Apparently that wasn't it. Let's continue like this to see if the other combinations work. With top, nope. Maybe bottom. Okay. Oh boy, barely avoided the but of course then I hit the... Nope. I guess it's bottom. This is what I thought I took at first, but apparently not. Okay, let's take the hit. And try on top. Nope. Let's take the middle. Nope. the bottom then. Bottom, bottom. Yeah, no. Please no. Okay, that worked. Good. So I was doing top, the top at first. Okay. Let's do it like this. Nope. Nope. Okay. Unfortunately, I have not much time, so yeah, I'm taking the hit, and let's just finish before the time runs out. Okay. Took some trial and error, but we made it. Since we have finished the castle, we'll see 2 katakana, actually 6 in this case, because of the duck 10 and hand duck 10 combinations. Starting with he. As you can see, it's identical to hiragana he, written in the same way, left to right, with these slanted strokes. It's a single stroke, as you can see also here with the arrows. We can also add the duck 10 to have the syllable be. Oops, sorry, didn't show it. Let's go back. He. Again, as you can see, it's identical to hiragana he, written in the same way, left to right, with these slanted strokes. It's actually a single stroke, left to right, slanted. You can see also here with the arrows. Then we can add the duck 10 to have the syllable be. Again, we first write he, left to right, slanted, and then add the duck 10, the 2 commas. As you can see also here with the arrows. And then we can add the handaku 10 to have the syllable pe, left to right, slanted. We start with he and then add the handaku 10, the circle. Never mind that, as you can see also here with the arrows. Then we have ho, left to right, top to bottom, with this tip, then top to bottom and top to bottom, an inverted comma and a regular comma, left to right, top to bottom with this tip, top to bottom, as you can see also here with the arrows. We can also add the duck 10 to have the syllable bo. Again, first we write ho, left to right, top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, and then add the duck 10 in the top right, the 2 commas. As you can see also here, there are quite several strokes, but it's quite easy, luckily. And then also with the handaku 10 for the syllable po. First we write ho, left to right, top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, and then the handakuten circle. Never mind these. And then you can see also here with the arrows. Okay, let's see some words. So we have with yeah, no. Well, for example, this version for Hephaestus as he pa isu to su. Fortunately, the other words all require katakana we haven't seen yet. Then with be, well, be as in ble, an interaction. Well, for example, the word, you see that it there, baby, English baby, becomes baby with a long E accented on the first one, baby. With pe, for example, well, apart from well, for example, never mind that there's a kanji for this word also, but the word itself is peji, yes, English page, unaccented in this case. An exception, as we have seen, apart from hat, hato, which was also unaccented. Most words are accented, have the same accent, the accent in the same position as the original English word. In this case, not unaccented. And yes, we can see pesi. Okay. Let's see with ho. Not these, there are, for example, the word hose. Actually, it says in the dictionary from Dutch, in this case, hose. But yes, it's accented on the first one, hose. But also, the same word can be used for horse, English horse, also accented, horse. Again, with the long vowel, because there isn't R in Japanese, and so we have the long vowel like in received pronunciation in English, horse. Then we can see, let's see with bo. Well, for example, quite easy, bo, accented, as in both bow, the weapon, there's actually a Japanese word for it, so more often than not you see that one instead, but it exists, bow in several meanings from English. Bow as in the weapon, abbreviation for bow tie, bow knot. Okay, let's see also if we can find a word with po. For example, porter, accented on the first one, pota. Again, what we have seen about how Japanese adapts English R. And in this case, the combination, also because we have the R at the end, and it becomes not only a long vowel, but also a long A, pota. Okay, with that, we can go back to Super Mario Bros. Let's see. I'd say we can take our break now. I'll be back in 5 minutes so that we can continue then and not interrupt the word later. As usual, 5 minutes, and then we'll be back with Super Mario Bros. 2 and katakana. And we are back. Let's continue by playing Super Mario Bros. 2 World 7-1. Okay, oh boy. Start strong with a combo of top and bottom plant. And then some wind. Okay, let's make the jump. Okay. It looks like a plant city. Okay. Let's make the jump again. Wonder if we have to make that jump or not. I mean, there it would have been better, but no, it doesn't seem. So that might have been a warp zone, an extra, potentially even a warp zone, which are quite risky in this game as well. Luckily we haven't seen one, but they can send you backwards instead of forwards. Okay, we are done. Let's go back to katakana. Since we have finished hagyo, now we see magyo, starting with ma. Quite easy, left to right, slanted, and then top to bottom with what looks like a bigger comma. Left to right, top to bottom slanted as a single stroke, and then top to bottom the bigger comma. As you can see also here. Oops, again I'm not showing it, so I repeat it. We start with magyo, and so ma, quite easy, left to right, top to bottom slanted, and then top to bottom with the big comma, left to right, top to bottom slanted as a single stroke, top to bottom with the big comma, as you can see also here with the arrows. Okay. Let's see a word with should find it. Since we are playing video games, what better word than gamer? And yes, it's doesn't say the accent could be either accented on the ge, more likely than not, or unaccented, I'd say more likely than not accented, as we have seen. Those are more common than unaccented words when it comes to one coming from English. Gema, yes, English gamer. We see both long E and then the usual long A for the R part. Okay. Let's go back to Super Mario Bros. 2 World 7-2. Okay. Oops. Try to hit the block as I feel like might be a mushroom. Yeah, it is a mushroom, but I have to make the jump like this. Yes, to get it. Then let's go back on top. Let's see where this takes us. I fear that it might be... Or maybe it's the way forward. I wonder. Or at least a shortcut, which would be nice. Avoid all those spinies. Let's go back here when there were few. Okay, no. Like this. Okay, somehow I hit the lucky two. Let's wait here. Yeah, now. Oh boy. Please. No, like this. Having the luck to here, it's not the best. In case, keep on. Okay, got rid of him. And so now we can focus on the 5 bars, the Koopa. Lucky, of course, was already back. Okay. Oh boy, this isn't nice. Okay. Huh, a big old... Ah, okay. It was the end of the level. Nice. Okay. Let's go back to katakana with oops, mi. Quite easy. Left to right, from top to bottom, left to right, and again left to right. As you can see, the middle one is the shortest one, the top one middle length, and then the bottom one is the longest one. Left to right, left to right, left to right. As you can see also here. Yeah, the two top ones here look more or less the same length. It's the final one that's definitely always at least somewhat longer. And yes, as you can see, the order and with and the arrows as usual. Okay. Let's see a word with me. For example, English me. Accented or accented. In this case, on the first one, necessarily because the accent can't stay on the fall of the accent, and so the accent position can stay on the long vowel mark, and also can stay on small tsu, and so the doubling of the following consonant, and as we'll see, n on its own. So an accented word, me. Another example, we can see, for example, the word meeting. This is of course we can't actually write it with the katakana we have seen so far, because we haven't seen yet but at this point let's briefly see it anyway. The word meeting, unaccented in this case, and yes, also notice the special katakana combination we've seen last time, te and small e, t, meeting. Okay, can go back to Super Mario Bros. word 7-3. Snow 1. Wind. Yes, this is what I was feeling. The wind combined with the springs. Okay, we managed to make the first one. Of course, now we have another one. Okay. Okay, it worked. Let's stay here. Get rid of the paratroopa. Make another one. It seems like this is the level with all these ones. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Let's try to go here. Oh boy. I missed it. So yes, let's actually land where the spring is. Take another jump. Let's avoid all these. Let's try to go back here actually. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, of course it's a fire flower. And somehow I managed to get it by crouching. Then the wind pushed me, luckily. It didn't get stuck or anything. Or something weird happened, more likely in this case. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's land here. Then, oh boy, let's make the jump, please. Okay, let's see if we can land. Yeah, let's land on this land. Okay, here. Oh boy. Wind plus fire bars. Not the best combination. Fire bars and so also platforms of the size of a single block. Let's avoid falling in such a way, please. Okay. The wind ended. Maybe it's also... We are also close to the end of... Yep. It's there, the end of the level. So let's just take our time and make this jump. And then this one. Nice. 500. And we have finished word 7-3. Okay. Let's go back to katakana with mu. Quite easy. It's kind of like an inverted ma, as you can see also here, and it's referenced. So keep it in mind and try to not confuse them. And yes, it's written from top to bottom, slanted, then left to right, and then what's practically a big comma. Top to bottom, left to right as a single stroke, and then a big comma, top to bottom. As you can see, also here with the arrows. Okay. Let's see. As we have seen before, the word gamer. Let's see the word game. Game. And yes, it means English game, more often than not, an abbreviation of computer game. As you can see also here, we don't have all the katakana syllables, but this is computer game, and usually abbreviated as simply game, game, accented, game. Okay, let's go back to Super Mario Bros. 2. word 7-4. Our good old castle. Let's please not get hit by the fire bar immediately. Okay. Oh boy, we have to get here on top of the small platform. Here. Oh boy. Let's do it like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay. Slowly but surely. Okay, we did it. This one won't be easy, but... Okay, we can stop here by crouching. Let's wait a little longer, okay. And then run, okay. Because we definitely want to keep our fire flower to get rid of enemies like these Koopas. Let's run, but not too much, so that we can... Yeah, bottom there. I feel that we might have to... Okay. Yeah, we get hit there, fortunately. Okay. At least by being small, we can avoid the fire bar. Have to be careful here. Or maybe running is the best strategy in such a case. Oh boy. Combination of Bowser and the fire bar is not the best thing. Okay, let's go back here. Okay. Okay. Like this. Nope. Okay, now. Nope. Okay, now that the fire bar is here. Okay, we can pass Bowser and underneath Bowser and finish word 7-4. Okay. Let's go back to our katakana. And since we have finished a castle, oops. Okay. Now it seems fine. Since we have finished a castle, we can see, we see 2 katakana, starting with me. Quite easy, top to bottom slanted, and then a big comma, top to bottom slanted, top to bottom with the big comma. As you can see, also here with the arrows. And then we have mo. In this case, unlike hiragana mo, we start with the horizontal strokes, so regularly, left to right, since there isn't a protruding part here, so left to right, top to bottom with a curve. Left to right, top to bottom with the curve. As you can see, also here with the arrows. Okay, let's see some words. For example, mecha, accented on the first one, and yes, it's from English maker. Of course, also in the sense of a manufacturer, especially major company, a producer, but yes, from maker, English maker, mecha. Then with mo, not this one. As is, for example, the word motor, mota, accented on the first one. And yes, it's English motor. Of course, as usual, they don't have, Japanese doesn't have the sound R, and so again, long A, it becomes long A, mota. Okay. We can go back to Super Mario Bros. And start World 8-1. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, of course, there's poisonous mushroom. Oh boy, we have to jump on these paratupas. Okay. Okay, now we did it. Nice. Let's avoid the bullet bills. Okay, everything's going. Oh boy. Huh. Feel like we have to run and jump. Oh boy. Okay, let's stick to the bottom. Despite the plant. Okay, so we can stay on top. Perfect. Okay. Like this. Oh boy, big old jump. Huh, was the flagpole. Surprising, but nice. Since we have finished the Magyo, now we'll start seeing the Yagyo. Since it's the last word, we'll see more syllables at once, 3 or 2. Starting with Ya. Actually, not this one, since it's the small one, because of course we have the usual Yo-on combinations. We'll see them in a moment with the examples. Let's see first and foremost Ya in its regular size. We start left to right, then top to bottom in a single stroke, and then the top to bottom here, the crossing one, left to right, top to bottom, and top to bottom, as you can see here. Then we have small U, but let's ignore it for now. U. It's similar to Ko, so but the difference is that it's actually the first stroke goes here, not here. And so yeah, keep it in mind, and you might confuse it at first, but pay attention to the detail and you'll be fine. Okay, left to right, top to bottom. As you can see also, it goes more towards to the left than Ko. Left to right, top to bottom, and then left to right. Left to right, top to bottom as a single stroke, left to right. As you can see also here with the arrows, it's also smaller, even in its regular size compared to Ko. Then we have a small Yo. Let's ignore it for now. This is the regular size one. We start here, as usual, top to bottom, left to right, top to bottom as a single stroke, left to right, left to right. Left to right, top to bottom as a single stroke, left to right, left to right. as you can see also here with the arrows. Okay. We can now see some words with yahyuh yoh and some of the usual combinations, kyakyuh kyo, shashu sho, and so on. Let's see if we can find something with ya. For example, ya, as in from German ja, it's written like this, ja, long, with the long vowel. Yado, never mind that there's also kanji, accented on the first one. Yard, English, yard, the unit of distance. Yado. Let's see. For you, English you, accented you. And also, of course, if we were to write the pronunciation of you, as in the vowel you. Let's see, yo. Let's see if we can find something. Unfortunately, all the words here. Well, for example, this one. Yoga. Accented on the first one. Yoga. And of course, now we can see some of the usual combinations of syllables with a consonant and E with a small yahyuh yoh to have the sounds kyakyuh kyo, shashu sho, and so on. Of course, also with the dakuten or a handakuten combination, so yahyuh gyo, jahyuh jo. Let's see, for example, with kya. We have, for example, the onomatopoeia for shrieking, squealing, reaching, screaming, kya, kya. Also the chattering of a monkey. Q. For example, Q, as in from English Q, in all in various meanings. And let's see what we can find. Yeah, with like this, we don't find much. Let's try. Fortunately, I doubt we'll find. Yeah, because then we start finding Japanese words, or better, from Chinese. So never mind it. Let's see, for example, with gya. We've seen kya, kya, also in this case also written with hiragana, but as we can see on the bottom also with katakana. Again, screaming, squawking, squealing. Also loud complaining, a noisy conversation. A general rule of onomatopoeias in Japanese is that if there are variants of the same onomatopoeia, one with an unvoiced sound and the other with the voiced one, and so the one without the dakuten and one with the dakuten, the one with the dakuten means more intense that what's expressed by the onomatopoeia is more intense compared to the one with the unvoiced sound consonant. As we can see here, loud complaining, for example. So compared to what we've seen, kya, kya, it's more intense, it's louder. Okay, with that we have seen some example. I'd say we can move on. We have seen these combinations for more in detail with hiragana. We just need to know that in this case that you can also have them with katakana. Okay, let's go back to Super Mario Bros. 2. Word A2. Okay. That seemed like a power up. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, nice. Yep. Okay. Let's do it this way. A lot of Buzzy Beetles. Oh boy, this one, not the biggest fan of. Yeah, the combo wind spring, but not the one that sends you really high with a platform with only one block. Not the best, but we managed. Okay, let's avoid all that. Funny enough, also here I felt a hidden block, and of course it was also a poison mushroom. Let's let it move on. Oh boy. Okay, let's Mario Bros. Do its thing and then run. Okay, below it. Oh boy. Hopefully. Okay, it seems like the continuation of the level, but let's hope we don't end in a warp zone that sends you backwards, as that would be the worst. Okay, let's go back here to the jump. Yeah, not as easy, but we have to do it. Okay, let's do the jump here. Managed. Yeah, it seems like maybe we have to jump on the paratroopa and then hit that. Because I suspect that's a wine. Yep. Yeah, let's not destroy the block, please. Hopefully this is the continuation of the level. Oh boy. Blind jump? Yes! And so World A2 is done. Let's go back to katakana. We have seen the yagyo. Now we start the ragyo. And so, okay. Okay, now it should be fine. Let's start the ragyo with ra. I mentioned last time that the R sound isn't in English, but it actually is. Unfortunately, it's the sound that you can find with in words like better when pronounced in American English between vowels, better. So yes, unfortunately, you don't usually associate with the ra sound, but yes, it's actually a tap flap that in other languages, like I said before, also Spanish when it's not the doubled R, and Japanese, it's R, ra, ra. There are actually other variants, but this is the most common one, so. Okay. You write it, as usual, left to right, top to bottom, slanted, as a single stroke, left to right, top to bottom, slanted, as a single stroke. As you can see also here with the arrows. Then, ri, top to bottom, slanted, globally left to right, top to bottom, slanted. As you can see also here with the arrows, quite similar to hiragana ri. And for now we can see the some words with these two katakana. For example, not this, we can see the word for... unfortunately, no, we can see that because of course, of final N. Let's see what I was about to find with Ra. Ramen also. We can see, wait a moment, the word radio. English from accented on the first one. Yes, it's from English radio. But of course, since it's a word that Japanese took a long time ago, we didn't have the sound D, and so it was replaced with Z. Radio. Let's see. For example, I should find this one. Yes. Rido. As accented on the first one. As lead. From English lead. Of course, all the possible meanings with lead. Also, lead from German. Lead as a song. As you can see here, German song, usually for solo voice and piano. Also reed as of a musical instrument. And of course, rido from read as in here as a noun, and so reading. Yes, all these words, because Japanese doesn't have L, and so we have all these words all pronounced and written as rido in Japanese. Okay. Let's go back to Super Mario Bros. 2, World 8-3. And finally we ended in the clouds, and we keep on being on the clouds. Nice. It's nice that some things we are used to in later Mario games all came from here, as we have seen throughout this series. Oops. Yeah, it's not easy to... Let's try to avoid the lucky 2 and jump straight up on the paratroopa. Yeah, I need better timing though. Let's wait here. Okay, let's get rid of the lucky 2 and then jump. Yes. Okay, nope. Got distracted to check that everything was... Oh boy, It actually worked, even though I stopped by mistake. Nice. Yeah, no, this one. Let's try to do it better. Oh boy, all these Hammer Bros and the Lucky 2, not the best. And of course, the invisible block with the poison mushroom. Okay, let's do it this way. Nope. I have to... Because waiting, unfortunately, is not an option. So... I have to jump. Okay, I avoided the block. Funny enough, I encountered an invisible one. I felt it. Here we have also seen it. I'm standing on it. Funnily enough. Okay. Oh boy. Jump on the spring and then jump on those. Okay. Luckily, jumping on the second one was enough. Huh. Wonder if there are blocks. Yes. Well, at least there's one block. Also this one. Let's see. Let's try to take a starting run. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I need to start here. Run and jump. Of course, I missed the jump. Okay. We did it. Here. Huh, maybe it's the end of the level, hopefully. Yes. Nice. 2000. Good enough. Okay, let's go back to katakana. Let's wait. Okay, everything is fine now. Continue with Ru. We start left to right globally. Top to bottom slanted, top to bottom, and then we go up slanted because it's a single stroke. From left to right globally, top to bottom slanted, top to bottom, and then we go up. Never mind this. As you can see, also here and with the arrows. Then we can see Re. Practically the second stroke of Ru we have just seen, but as a only that, and so also bigger. So keep in mind you might confuse them at first, but keep in mind that yes, Ru also has the other part, and it's small, and it's globally smaller because it's all inside the same square as Re. Top to bottom, and then we go up. It's a single stroke. Top to bottom, and then we go up. As you can see, also here with the arrow. Okay. Let's see. Draw. Quite easy, it's practically a square. Top to bottom, left to right, and top to bottom as a single stroke. This is also, we have seen it with other katakana, but it's a rule also in kanji. And then top to bottom, left to right, the last stroke at the bottom. Top to bottom, left to right, top to bottom as a single stroke, left to right. As you can see, also here, it's slightly as you can see, it's not a perfect square, but that's because you tend to write even a simple left to right stroke tends to go slightly upwards, and so yes, that's why it becomes like this. It's a rule when you write kanji yourself with a brush, a pen, and so on. And yes, it's as you can see also here with the arrows, top to bottom, left to right, top to bottom as a single stroke, and then the final one left to right at the bottom. Okay. Let's see some words with these katakana. For example, ruto, from English root, accented, ruto, root path, also channel of sales distribution, most likely again from a root. But also with root, we can also write as ruto, same accent, same writing and pronunciation. The word, the English word root, for example, root in mathematics, root in computing, as in the directory, root of a code, root in general. But also, again, since Japanese doesn't have L, also root, as in video games, for example, ruto. Then we can see, for example, the word resa, laser, accented on the first one. Resa, again we see the R, final R pronounced as long A, resa. But also, as it showed already here, again, because there isn't the L sound in Japanese, it was used resa for laser, but also for razor. Resa. We can see here that while there's also, it can also be used for this word, it's rare, so usually not. If we get rid of the first long vowel, we get resa, also accented on the first one, resa, as in leather. Of course, Japanese doesn't have the sound, and so it becomes z, resa. The same goes for the th sound of English, which becomes s. For example, pasu, we can see accented on the first one, as in passing, from pass, an examination, all the various meanings of pass, but also for path, because again, Japanese doesn't have th, and so the closest sound is s, pasu. Path in computing, for example. Also calipers, but as in an abbreviation. Okay. we can see also for a word for ro, like, for example, rodo, rodo, as in accented on the first one, both from road, usually in compounds it says here, but also load, because Japanese doesn't have a L, and so the closest one is R. Rari, rure, ro. And so yes, load as also in as in load, loading, as in computing, as we'll see soon enough. Also used rodo for Lord, Lord as in Christian Lord, but also Lord as the title for nobility, rodo. In this case, we can see the usual or that becomes simply a long vowel, just like in received pronunciation in British English, lodo. It would be load, and so rodo. Okay, we can go back to Super Mario Bros. 2. And funnily enough, we can see road also here, as in load the save file. Not doing that now, of course, because we continue with word 84. Oh boy. Starting here. Huh. Wonder how you are supposed to do this. Let's see. It looks to me like you have to do this and then jump. Let's see if it works. Oh boy. Yeah, it works, but let's try to avoid losing super mushroom. Okay, we did it. Okay, let's take a better running start. So we might have to do it from here. Not easy. Okay, we did it. Let's jump here. Oh boy. Yeah, being big isn't the best in this situation, but let's try anyway to keep it. Okay, we did it. I wonder if we have to take one of these pipes, since this is the final level, and we have seen it, it was necessary in... an underwater that doesn't look like underwater. Okay, yeah, we have seen that you had to take pipes in Super Mario Bros. The first game, so even more so in this one. Or at least that's my guess. Let's hope it doesn't send us in a circle. Or of course it asks yet again a jump like this, because this game doesn't... is no joke. Okay. Of course, as soon as I jump there... Okay, let's try it like this. Nope. Losing the mushroom is the last of my problems in this case, because... Okay, made it. Let's see that if this is the correct path. Huh. Interesting, we got to see the poison mushroom in a castle. Okay. Of course, another one. Let's avoid activating it if possible. Okay. Need to stay here. Okay. Oh boy. It's a maze. Or maybe I have to take the pipe. Nope. Maybe this pipe. Let's see. Please. Okay. Why do I feel like I'm going in a circle? Because most likely I am. This looks like the same underwater section as before. Yeah, it's the same, so let's go back here. Maybe. Okay. And I'll check a map. Okay, it seems that it is actually a short maze. Sorry if I didn't talk, but was worrying that it would okay, here I have to avoid jumping there. Yeah, that was the issue. You literally have to run here to advance. Yep. Oh boy. Yeah, figuring that out on my own would have taken some time, which we don't have now, both in the level and in general. Okay. Let's see if we can make it. Yep. Here's Bowser. Or actually, another Bowser, if I recall correctly. An extra Bowser. And yep, here's our usual one. And we have defeated, luckily, in time. And here's a door. Leading to pieces paved with kingdom saved for to Mario, our only hero. This ends your trip of a long friendship. That's the points. And yep, we have finished Super Mario Bros. 2. Thank you, Mario. But since we have saved all the thoughts, not sure how exactly it will work now, but something should happen. Oops, sorry, I paused by mistake. Maybe we have to let it continue for a little more. Yep. And now we get that. I'm saving here. Okay. But first, we go back to finish our katakana. Okay. Okay, everything works fine now. We have seen the ragyo, and now we see the remaining katakana symbols. Small wa, again, usually not used in modern Japanese, so we are skipping it. Big wa, regular sized. As you can see, it's quite similar to fu, except for the additional stroke on the left, so keep it in mind. Of course, you confuse it at first. We start here, top to bottom, left to right, top to bottom slanted, top to bottom, left to right, top to bottom slanted. As you can see also here with the arrows. Yeah, it also is practically the same as U, except for the additional stroke on top in that case. So yes, that's also another potential mistake you could make. We have we, as we have seen, it's usually not used except for stylistic purposes. When we have the sound we in katakana, we write it as u and small e, but we'll see it anyway. Left to right, top to bottom, left to right, and then the top to bottom crossing everything. Left to right, top to bottom, left to right, top to bottom, crossing everything. As you can see also here. Same for we. Not used except for stylistic purposes, but we see it anyway. We start here, left to right, top to bottom slanted as a single stroke, top to bottom, left to right. Left to right, top to bottom slanted, top to bottom, left to right. As you can see also here with the arrows. Then we have wo. Also in this case, also used only for stylistic purposes, because we don't have usually the particle is written in hiragana, so katakana isn't used. And again, we have seen the combination we, wo, written with u and the small u, e, o. But again, we'll see it. We start here, left to right, top to bottom slanted, and then left to right. Similar to fu, except for this additional stroke in the middle. Left to right, top to bottom slanted, left to right. As you can see also here with the arrows. Okay. Then last but not least, and quite important, is the consonant on its own n. Again, all the various pronunciations of it. Actual n before t, d, n, r, s, t, ts, and z. M before m, p, b. Ng before k and g. So g. Ny before ni, ch, and z. Ng in the back at the end of utterances. And actually the kind of nasal vowel before w and y vowels, also causing nasalization. It's written left to right with this comma, and then left to right going towards the top, left to right towards the top. as you can see, it's practically a she without with only one comma. So you might confuse it at first, but keep in mind that detail, and also not confuse it with so, which also has these similar strokes, but they're written top to bottom, and so they're also slightly different. As you can see here, with the arrows, the strokes and order. Okay. Let's see some words. Wado, from English word. Again, the Japanese doesn't have and so we get a long a instead, accent on the first one. Wado, word. As for an example of a word with pan, accent on the first one, it means bread. From Portuguese, pão. Also, well, pan as in the Greek god, but more importantly, pan as in a frying pan, abbreviated, also as a prefix, pan. Okay, with that we have seen all katakana. And before ending the stream, I'll try to continue to play word 9. You get only one game. Anyway. It's a water level, an unusual one, but still a water level. And if I recall correctly, I'm just like Super Mario Bros. I've never finished Super Mario Bros. 2 myself. So this is the first time that I got here and got to see it and play it myself. Okay. Now word 9-2. Oops. Let's go here. And not like that, please. Quite weird, this word between water levels, but in a regular word. Also, as we have seen where the coins were. Okay. Now we are in an actual regular stage. Kind of a castle in the open. Let's see where this brings us. Nice that we get to hear the... So that's where they took inspiration for the regular The In the Clouds bonus levels. Interesting. Okay. And then line 4. It's night, and we are back underwater. This is perfect. Let's go back a little. We can see written in, funny enough, katakana, a, ri, ga, to, u, and so long o, and exclamation point, so arigato, thank you in Japanese. And with that, I'm saving here. As you can see, it says again word 9.1 because word 9 loops until you die. So actually, let's die just to show. Let's die. And so go back to the title. Game over. You are a super player. We hope we'll see you again, Mario and stuff. Nice. And so we are back. We should be back to the title screen. As you can see, we now have a star. If you collect enough stars, you can unlock extra words, but we are not doing that. We have played the game from start to finish, all the words plus the bonus word by playing all the levels in order without skipping them. And we have studied katakana while doing so. And with that, this series comes to an end. Let's go back to the menu, the home menu. And yes, this is the end of this series. We'll be back next time with a new series. And since we have now studied hiragana, both hiragana and katakana, so kana in general, we can now finally start playing video games and focus on the writings in the video games. Okay. See you next time.